Weddings are a celebration of love, and different places have unique ways of celebrating. Some might seem strange to people from outside. Let's explore 15 unusual wedding traditions from around the world. Number 15 takes us to Cambodia, where the Krung tribe has a special way of doing weddings. When a young woman there is ready to get married, her dad builds her a special house in the jungle. It's not just any house, it's a love cabin. In this cabin, the young woman can have many people interested in her until she finds the one she really likes. When she picks someone, he has to agree. But there's a twist. Before he can stay the night, he has to pay her dad with cows. The more cows, the more nights. This tradition might seem strange, but it's a big part of the tribe's culture and has been for a long time. Number 14 brings us to South China, where couples do something unique before getting married. They want nature's approval, so they do a ceremony with a chicken sacrifice. The bride and groom each hold a chicken, sacrifice it, and check its liver. If the liver looks good, they can go ahead with their wedding plans. This might sound odd, but it's a belief that brings good luck and happiness to the couple, and it's been around for a long time. Number 13 takes us to Mauritania in Africa. Here, they have a different idea of what makes a bride beautiful. While many places think a thin body is beautiful, in Mauritania, they believe a heavier woman is better for marriage because it shows fertility and abundance. So, if a bride is seen as too thin, she needs to gain weight before the wedding. This custom has been criticized for promoting unhealthy eating and making people feel bad about their bodies. Number 12 brings us to Borneo, an island in Southeast Asia. In a place called Sudan, there's a rule for couples. No going to the bathroom for a particular reason 3 days before the wedding. To follow this rule, the couple has to eat a certain way, and someone watches them to make sure they don't cheat. This might sound strange, but it's a tradition they take very seriously. Number 11 takes us to South Korea, where there's a tradition for the groom. Only men take part, and an older relative hits the groom's feet with a live fish, a flounder. This might sound funny, but it's a way of checking if the groom can handle the challenges of married life. It's not easy, and it's still done in some parts of South Korea today. Number 10 explores a superstition breaking crockery. The night before the wedding, families of the bride and groom gather outside the bride's house with all kinds of dishes. The engaged couple then breaks the dishes, thinking it keeps away bad spirits and brings good luck to their marriage. It might seem like a joke, but it's a belief that's been around for a long time. Number 9 takes us to China, a country known for preserving its traditions. In the realm of weddings, there's a unique tradition that stands out. This tradition involves the bride crying for at least once every day for an entire month leading up to the wedding. It's not just a few tears, it's full-on sobbing and wailing. After the first 10 days, the bride's mother joins in on the daily crying, and after another 10 days, the grandmother does too. When the big day arrives, all the wedding guests are expected to shed a few tears of their own. If they don't, it's considered a lack of respect for the couple, their families, and the other guests. While this tradition might sound strange, it's an example of how different cultures celebrate the union of two people in marriage. Number 8 takes us to Bali, where the wedding tradition involves pulling out one of your teeth. Yes, you heard that right. As part of the wedding ceremony, a trained professional extracts a perfectly healthy tooth from the bride and groom. This act symbolizes spiritual growth, as teeth are seen as symbols of negative traits. By removing a tooth, the couple is believed to free themselves from qualities like lust, greed, anger, and jealousy, moving towards a more positive and pure future. Despite its initial shock, the tooth extraction is carried out painlessly and is even believed to bring good luck to the newlyweds. Number 7 takes us to Tanzania and Kenya, where a rather unusual wedding ritual involves the father of the bride spitting on her head and breasts during the ceremony. While it might sound peculiar and perhaps uncomfortable, this ritual holds deep significance. The father's saliva is believed to bring good luck, ward off evil spirits, and protect the couple from harm. It's also a symbolic way for the father to express love and support for his daughter's new journey in life. While this tradition might not align with everyone's tastes, it underscores the diversity of cultural rituals and their importance to the communities that practice them. Number 6 introduces us to Sweden and the Himalayas. In Sweden, a wedding tradition involves serving a cake shaped like a pig during the reception. This marzipan pig is believed to bring good luck to the newlyweds. In the Himalayas, some regions have more extreme traditions, where the groom proves his love by undertaking dangerous feats like climbing steep mountains or crossing raging rivers. These acts symbolize courage and strength, demonstrating the groom's commitment to his bride. On a lighter note, the Himalayas also have a tradition during the ceremony where any guest can kiss either the bride or the groom, adding a touch of sweetness to their unique customs. Number 5 transports us to Kyrgyzstan, where a practice known as marriage by capture was once a tradition. In this unusual custom, the groom's family would capture the bride from her family's home before the wedding. While it might sound like a medieval tale, it was believed that the tears shed by the bride on her wedding day would bring happiness to the marriage. In 1991, the government deemed this practice a violation of women's rights, making it illegal. Although the tradition still exists in some areas, it has transformed into a more symbolic gesture rather than an actual kidnapping. Number 4 brings us to a unique African tradition where, after the wedding ceremony, an older woman and an older man, often a village elder and the mother of the bride or groom, spend the first night with the newlyweds. This might sound surprising, but it's a ritual that has been passed down for generations in various African villages. While some might find it uncomfortable, it emphasizes the cultural differences in wedding customs and the importance of experienced elders in providing guidance and support to the newlyweds. Number 3 takes us to Scotland, where the groom undergoes a rather messy ritual. To test the groom's endurance and commitment, the bride's relatives concoct a mixture of milk, rotten food, mud, and whatever else they can find, covering the groom from head to toe in this concoction. The idea is to prove the groom's strength and willingness to endure challenges, symbolizing his commitment to his future wife. It's a messy but unique way of testing the groom's love and devotion. Number 2 transports us to the Congo, where a wedding tradition involves testing the couple's ability to keep a straight face. The couple hires a comedian to perform during the ceremony, and the catch is that neither the bride nor the groom is allowed to laugh. If either of them so much as snickers, the ceremony comes to an immediate halt, emphasizing the gravity of the commitment they are making. It's a unique way of adding humor to the wedding celebration while underscoring the seriousness of the vows. Finally, at number 1, we find ourselves in France, where bachelor parties take on a distinctive twist. Known as the burial of the life of singles, the groom collects memorabilia from his single life, such as photographs and trinkets, and places them in a coffin. This coffin is then buried in a secret location by the groom's friends. Far from being a morbid affair, this tradition serves as a time capsule to be unearthed a year later or whenever the couple welcomes their first child. It's a creative and fun way to bid farewell to the single life while celebrating the beginning of a new chapter. As we've journeyed through these diverse and sometimes peculiar wedding traditions, it becomes clear that weddings are not only about the union of two individuals, but also about the rich tapestry of cultural practices that make each celebration unique. Whether it's breaking crockery, pulling out a tooth, or enduring messy rituals, these traditions reflect the values, beliefs, and history of the communities that uphold them. If you found these wedding traditions shocking, confusing, or perhaps intriguing, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And stay tuned for more cultural explorations and unique traditions from around the world.